What's up, guys? It's your girl Rivah. I'm back again with another video. If you're new here, my name is Rivah. I'm here to give you guys my thoughts, my opinions, and of course, my reaction to this video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. I'm going to go ahead and just jump right into this video. This woman got a lot of backlash for this video. We're going to watch it together, and I'll give you guys my perspective after.
So ladies, here go a few tips on how to respond to common things men say to us. If he say, "Where you at?" text back, "Where you want me to be." It shows you can be submissive. If he texts you, "What do you want to eat?" text back, "Whatever you get is fine." It shows you're appreciative. And not only that, he can determine what he can afford. If he say he had a long day and he don't want to be bothered, you ask him if there's anything you can do to make it better. Even if he say no, make sure you do something anyway. If he come to you and say, "Babe, I want to start this business," this is what you do. You go do the homework on that business, get the full blueprint, then bring it back to him and let him know you're ready to help him start it. It shows you're dedicated to wanting better for him. This one is the most common and the most hurtful. If he say, "Babe, I love you, but I need space," you're either doing too much or not doing enough. Pay attention to what you are and not doing and adjust them based on his reactions to each and every one of them. And he will see that you are willing to do what's necessary to keep him. Okay, so ladies.
So I see a woman innocently coming on the internet, sharing the tips that she's used in relationships in the previous, maybe in the present, and sharing things that have worked for her, right? Things that she's learned along the journey, along the way. Why do people get mad at these things? I don't understand. She could have kept all this knowledge to herself. And if you don't feel like this is something that you need to hear, or if you don't feel like this is something that applies to you, why are you mad about it? Just scroll past it. Don't listen to it. But I want to go actually step by step to each tip and just elaborate a little bit more on my opinions about them.
Here go a few tips on how to respond to common things men say to us. If he say, "Where you at?" text back, "Where you want me to be." It shows you can be submissive. If he text.
So when it comes to, where you at, where you want me to be, I think it's a cute gesture and I think it is very playful, but you didn't answer the question. Okay? This man is trying to get to an answer for whatever reason he deems necessary. You got to answer the question. And I think that this is a two-edged sword. Yes, it is displaying that you're, calm enough or chill enough to be able to respond to him even in this playful manner. But also, I think this can sometimes signify games. Okay, because there's some women who are texting stuff like this back just because they want to be the player from the Himalayas. They want to be the one that is displaying that player nature. They want to be the one that always has the upper hand. So sometimes women, communicate like this through text or however, just because they want to still have like that upper hand. Right? So they want to come off so smooth. They want to be like the girl of your dreams almost, just so that they can play you. Okay, manipulate you. So although I understand where she's coming from when she says, like, where you want me to be, I don't know if that necessarily displays complete submission or if it's just a tactic that people can use to come across a certain way. So for that one, I don't know. I think submission, i.e. cooperation, is more just to the second thing that she said.
"What do you want to eat?" text back, "Whatever you get is fine." It shows you're appreciative. And not only that, he can determine what he can afford.
Like saying "whatever you get is fine," I think that's more of displaying like cooperation, right? Like that's more of displaying like the nature of who you really are, not just being so picky, not saying that you want to go to the most expensive, restaurant that was ever created just because you want to get that free meal. I think expressing these tips is more of an example of like you being cooperative.
He had a long day and he don't want to be bothered, you ask him if there's anything you can do to make it better. Even if he say no, make sure you do something anyway.
This is another one. Yes, you do need to ask if there's anything that you can do to make it better. But I think that a lot of women miss the subtle signs within their relationship. Like, you should know your man enough. You should know by the way he walks in the door what's wrong. Okay, what's wrong? What happened? Or at least that something is bothering him. And sometimes they don't want to be asked the question of what can you do to make it better. Sometimes it's just displaying the gesture right off the bat, not even asking, but knowing things that are going to make him feel better. Taking his stuff away from him. Maybe, when he sits down, or pull his pajamas out. Even though I think you should be doing that like all the time, but like pulling out, run his bath water for him, make him a cup of tea if he's into, drinking tea or whatever. Just those kind of calming gestures that is going to create the safe space that you're going to find out what's wrong, because you're setting the table for that. Sometimes it's not just about being so communicative, because a lot of men would say that a lot of women talk too much. That's one of their bigger problems, is that the woman actually talks too much. So if you can kind of just go off of those hints and without saying anything, just provide something to him needlessly, it's going to create that comfort for him that he obviously looks like he needs if he walks in the door looking stressed out. The last thing he needs to hear is more questions coming from you.
If he come to you and say, babe, I want to start this business, this is what you do. You go do the homework on that business, get the full blueprint, then bring it back to him and let him know you're ready to help him start it. It shows you dedicated to wanting better for him.
That I completely agree with. Okay, I completely agree with this. There's so many relationships where a man has a vision and a plan, and he's spending so much time, dedicated to building that dream or building that vision or researching, and you're spending your time in the room, in the bed, watching your TV shows and stuff like that. And it kind of somehow draws a wedge between you guys, because he's focused here and you're over here in relaxation mode, instead of you actually being in that room with him, working towards that thing with him, and then you guys both relax together. It definitely brings you guys a lot closer when you're both focused on similar things, but also it just shows how much you care about him, that you're focused on what he cares about.
This one is the most common and the most hurtful. If you say, babe, I love you, but I need space, you're either doing too much or not doing enough. Pay attention to what you are and not doing, and adjust them based on his reactions to each and every one of them. And see that you are willing to do what's necessary to keep him.
Now, this one, she's saying that you should take account, because you're not doing enough, or maybe you're doing too much, and you need to, go off of your own merits and see what it is that you could be doing or not doing, and try to fix these things. Now, this is the part that I think that you should be asking questions on. I think when he's saying that he needs space, or if he's displaying that he's not really into you, I think it's up to you to have that open and honest, conversation with him, and ask a question like, when it comes to our relationship, do you think that I'm fulfilling all of your needs? And if I'm not, can you tell me which ones? I'm going to be able to be strong enough to handle this conversation. I'm not going to be in my emotions. I'm not going to be in my feelings. I'm here to have this open conversation with you because I want our relationship to thrive. I want us to do better. I want to be the best version of myself for you. So tell me what it is that you think that I should be working on. I think that's when you need to be communicating, because a lot of times women get into their own heads and they be like, well, I ain't doing nothing wrong. It's harder for a woman to see her faults. Sometimes she does need that extra help of being pointed out and saying like, yeah, well, you're doing this and I understand what you're trying to do, but it's bothering me and I think you should be doing that. So that part, I think that you should be asking questions. But ultimately, I want to know what you guys think about this. I shared my thoughts. She shared her tips. What do you guys think about both of these conversations that we're having? What are your feelings on it? Make sure you leave your comments in the comment section down below. And of course, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And if you are not yet, hitting that post notification bell, or if you don't already get all the notifications, hit that post notification bell and select all. I post a video every single day. Sometimes 2 times, 3, how many times a day. But if you hit that notification bell and select all, it will notify you as soon as I post. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Love.